10 Signs a Woman Does Not Love You. Stoic philosophy that can change your life. Let's cut through the fog of false hopes and dive straight into the hard-hitting reality of relationships. I've been there, stuck in the limbo of mixed signals and wishful thinking, and it's time to face the facts with courage and clarity. Picture this: countless nights spent dissecting every word of a text, replaying every interaction, and hanging on to every "maybe she likes me" moment. I've wasted hours, days, even weeks trying to decode the enigmatic behavior of someone who just wasn't that into me. It's exhausting, right? But let me tell you, once I faced the truth, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Understanding the reality about whether she likes you or not is liberating. It frees you from the chains of uncertainty and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Finding connections that are real, mutual, and fulfilling. The sooner we accept the truth, the sooner we can move on and open ourselves up to genuine relationships. Now, let's be brutally honest. This isn't about being cynical or giving up hope. It's about recognizing the signs and respecting yourself enough to walk away when you're not valued. Life is too short to spend it chasing someone who doesn't see your worth. As the ancient Stoics wisely said, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." So let's break down the undeniable signs she's just not that into you, with no sugarcoating. We'll explore the subtle cues and blatant indicators that reveal her true feelings. It's time for some raw honesty and a fresh perspective. Ready to face the truth and reclaim your time and energy? Let's get into it. Firstly, she rarely starts conversations. In today's world of instant messaging, if she's not initiating contact first, chances are she's not that into you. I learned this the hard way. I used to always be the one texting first, planning our next hangout, putting in all the effort. Sure, she'd reply, but only when it suited her. It felt like I was constantly chasing her attention, like a dog chasing its tail. Here's the tough part. People make time for what matters to them. It's that simple. If she doesn't bother to start a conversation, it means you're not a priority in her life. It's a harsh reality to accept, but it's better to face it now than invest in a one-sided relationship. Consider this. Everyone's glued to their phones nowadays. If she wanted to talk to you, she would. Instead, you find yourself waiting, checking your phone, hoping for a message that never comes. I remember feeling that disappointment every time my phone buzzed, only to see it wasn't from her. It's easy to make excuses for her. She's busy, she's shy, she doesn't like texting. But deep down, we know the truth. If she rarely starts conversations, it's because she's not thinking about you. And if she's not thinking about you, she's not interested. This doesn't mean you're not worthy or doing something wrong. It simply means she's not the right match. There's someone out there who will be just as eager to talk to you as you are to talk to them. So instead of chasing after someone who barely notices you, recognize your own value. You deserve someone who can't wait to hear from you and makes an effort to reach out. Face this reality bravely, understand the signs, and respect yourself enough to step back and find someone who truly values you. It's not about giving up hope. It's about focusing on finding a genuine connection. 2. If she consistently gives short and delayed responses, it's time to pay attention. I've been in situations where each text felt like a struggle, every reply just a small gesture. She might respond with brief answers or even just emojis, and the wait. Sometimes hours, even days. It's like playing tag where she's it but never really pursues. Here's the blunt truth. Attention and effort matter. If she's not investing either in you, it's not because she's busy. It's because she's not interested. We all have busy days, but in today's digital age, sending a thoughtful response takes seconds. If she cared, she'd make the effort. Imagine this. You share something meaningful or ask a heartfelt question, and her response is a simple "K" or "lol." It can feel incredibly dismissive. I remember feeling deflated every time I received those short replies. It's like pouring your heart out and getting a pat on the back in return. Short responses show lack of engagement. They say, "I'm responding out of politeness," not interest. Delayed responses are even clearer. They indicate you're not on her mind. When you're interested in someone, you eagerly await their messages and respond promptly. If she leaves you hanging for hours or days, it's a sign you're not a priority. You might make excuses for her. She's busy. She's not big on texting. But the truth is simple. People prioritize what and who they care about. When someone values you, they engage, ask questions, show interest, and keep the conversation flowing. Facing this reality is tough but crucial. If her responses are consistently short and delayed, it's not a game of hard to get. It's disinterest. Respect yourself enough to stop chasing after scraps of attention. You deserve someone who values you and is eager to communicate. By recognizing these signs, you can save yourself from the emotional strain of a one-sided relationship. Don't settle for lukewarm interest. Seek someone who reciprocates your energy and enthusiasm. It's time to let go of those who give less than you deserve and open yourself to genuine connections. 3. If she avoids deep conversations, when someone truly cares, they want to understand you deeply. They're curious about your thoughts, dreams, fears, and what makes you tick. If she keeps conversations light and avoids meaningful topics, it's a sign she's not interested in a deeper bond. I've been there, trying to steer conversations to deeper subjects only to be met with disinterest or quick topic changes. You might share something personal or ask about her aspirations, only to receive vague, non-committal answers. It's frustrating and disheartening when you're trying to build a meaningful connection and it feels like you're hitting a wall. Here's the tough part. Deep conversations create intimacy. They demand openness and genuine interest. If she's not willing to dive into meaningful topics with you, it's because she doesn't see you as someone worth investing that emotional energy in. It's a hard truth, but crucial to acknowledge. Consider this. When you're interested in someone, you want to know everything about them. Childhood, dreams, life philosophies. You listen attentively and share your own stories. If she keeps the conversation shallow, focusing only on trivial things, it's a sign she's not interested in understanding the real you. I remember sharing my passion for art and favorite books, trying to discuss life's big questions with someone I liked. Her responses were lukewarm, steering the conversation away from deeper topics. It felt like she was keeping a distance between us. Avoiding deep conversations can also be a defense mechanism. She might fear vulnerability or simply not be ready for a serious relationship. But most often, it means she doesn't see you as someone she wants to connect with on a deeper level. It keeps things casual and uninvolved. Accepting this reality takes courage. If she avoids deep conversations, it's not because of shyness or business. It's because she's not looking for a deeper bond with you. Respect yourself by walking away from someone who doesn't want to know the real you. Seek relationships where both of you are eager to share and explore each other's inner thoughts. You deserve someone who not only listens to you, but also shares their own vulnerabilities. Don't settle for superficial connections. Life's too short to waste on relationships lacking depth. Recognizing this sign liberates you from the frustration of investing in someone who isn't committed. Instead, focus on finding someone who cherishes and reciprocates your desire for meaningful conversations and true closeness. 4. If she frequently cancels or avoids plans. When someone values your time, they respect their commitments. If she often cancels or dodges making plans, it's a clear signal she's not interested. This behavior isn't just inconvenient, it reveals where you stand in her priorities. I've experienced this firsthand, and it's incredibly disheartening. You arrange a date, eagerly anticipate it, then receive a last-minute message saying she can't make it. Or she agrees to plans but keeps finding excuses to avoid setting a definite time. It feels like you're always waiting, hoping she'll find time for you. Here's the straightforward truth. When someone repeatedly cancels plans, it's not because of constant business or unexpected events. It's because they don't prioritize spending time with you. It can be hard to accept, especially when you're making efforts to accommodate them and show interest. Imagine this scenario. You finally convince her to agree to a dinner date. You choose a great restaurant, dress up, and then an hour before, she texts saying something came up. It's disappointing, yes, but it speaks volumes. One or two cancellations might be understandable, but when it happens repeatedly, it shows a lack of interest. Avoiding plans altogether is another sign. She agrees in principle, but always finds a reason to delay setting a specific time or date. She says, "Let's hang out soon," but when you try to set details, she becomes elusive. This behavior is a red flag. It keeps you hanging without committing to spending time together. I remember liking a girl who kept canceling our plans. I made excuses, thinking she was genuinely busy, but the painful truth was she wasn't prioritizing me. Each cancellation hurt my confidence until I faced reality. Respecting yourself means recognizing when you're being strung along. You deserve someone eager to see you and make time for you. If she frequently cancels or avoids plans, she's not that person. Don't waste time on someone who treats your time as disposable. Look for relationships where your presence is valued and your time respected. Someone who likes you will commit to plans and show up consistently. It's tough to face, but empowering. By acknowledging these signs, you can stop investing in someone who doesn't reciprocate your interest. Instead, focus on relationships where you're genuinely valued and appreciated. You deserve someone eager to spend time with you. Life's too short for one-sided efforts and unfulfilled promises. Embrace this truth and seek connections that are genuine and mutually fulfilling. 4. If she frequently cancels or avoids plans, when someone values your time, they respect their commitments. If she often cancels or dodges making plans, it's a clear signal she's not interested. This behavior isn't just inconvenient, it reveals where you stand in her priorities. I've experienced this firsthand, and it's incredibly disheartening. You arrange a date, eagerly anticipate it, then receive a last-minute message saying she can't make it, or she agrees to plans but keeps finding excuses to avoid setting a definite time. It feels like you're always waiting, hoping she'll find time for you. Here's the straightforward truth. When someone repeatedly cancels plans, it's not because of constant business or unexpected events. It's because they don't prioritize spending time with you. It can be hard to accept, especially when you're making efforts to accommodate them and show interest. Imagine this scenario. You finally convince her to agree to a dinner date. You choose a great restaurant, dress up, and then an hour before, she texts saying something came up. It's disappointing, yes, but it speaks volumes. One or two cancellations might be understandable, but when it happens repeatedly, it shows a lack of interest. Avoiding plans altogether is another sign. She agrees in principle, but always finds a reason to delay setting a specific time or date. She says, "Let's hang out soon," but when you try to set details, she becomes elusive. This behavior is a red flag. It keeps you hanging without committing to spending time together. I remember liking a girl who kept canceling our plans. I made excuses, thinking she was genuinely busy, but the painful truth was she wasn't prioritizing me. Each cancellation hurt my confidence until I faced reality. Respecting yourself means recognizing when you're being strung along. You deserve someone eager to see you and make time for you. If she frequently cancels or avoids plans, she's not that person. Don't waste time on someone who treats your time as disposable. Look for relationships where your presence is valued and your time respected. Someone who likes you will commit to plans and show up consistently. It's tough to face, but empowering. By acknowledging these signs, you can stop investing in someone who doesn't reciprocate your interest. Instead, focus on relationships where you're genuinely valued and appreciated. You deserve someone eager to spend time with you. Life's too short for one-sided efforts and unfulfilled promises. Embrace this truth and seek connections that are genuine and mutually fulfilling. 5. If she talks about other guys. When a girl discusses other guys in front of you, especially knowing you're interested, it's a clear sign she doesn't see you romantically. It can be frustrating and confusing, but it's revealing. Let's face the truth. Mentioning other guys is her way of showing you're seen as a friend, confident, or non-romantic figure in her life. It sets boundaries without a direct conversation. Essentially, it says, I'm comfortable with you, but not romantically. I've been there when the girl I liked would frequently mention other guys. Her ex, a crush, or guys she found attractive. It hurt every time, but I convinced myself she was just being open because we were close. In reality, she was telling me I wasn't a romantic option. Imagine this. She talks about a date she had or how she finds another guy attractive. If she knows your feelings and keeps doing this, she's either unaware of its impact or subtly maintaining a non-romantic connection. It keeps things platonic without a direct conversation. Another perspective is she might use you to discuss her romantic interests, valuing your advice but not your romantic potential. I once thought giving advice showed support, only realizing later I was solidifying my role as a good friend. Here's the truth. When someone likes you, they don't talk about romantic interests with you. They focus on building a connection with you, not diverting your attention. Accepting this reality means reassessing your role in her life. Recognize you deserve someone who sees you beyond friendship or advice. Respect yourself by not being a standby in her romantic life. If she talks about other guys, she doesn't see you that way. Move forward and find someone who sees and values you as a potential partner. By understanding this sign, you avoid emotional strain and open doors to relationships where you're genuinely valued. Don't settle for being a confidant. Seek connections where you're the one they're excited about. 6. If her body language is closed off. Body language speaks volumes, often louder than words. When someone likes you, their body naturally leans in. They make eye contact, smile, and might subtly touch you. Conversely, closed-off body language indicates she's not interested romantically. I've been on dates where the conversation seemed okay, but her body language said otherwise. She'd cross her arms, lean back, and keep a distance. These signals felt like invisible barriers, showing she wasn't comfortable or interested in getting closer. Here's the truth. While some say closed-off body language could be shyness or discomfort, it often means she's not interested. When someone likes you, even if they're shy, they show signs of engagement like blushing or fidgeting, but they'll still try to connect through eye contact or closeness. Consider these behaviors. Crossed arms. This defensive stance suggests she's not open to getting closer or forming a deeper bond. It shows she's keeping a barrier between you. Leaning away. Consistently positioning herself at a distance indicates discomfort with closeness. Contrarily, someone interested might lean in to show engagement. Avoiding eye contact. Eye contact signifies interest. Constantly looking away or checking her phone suggests her attention is elsewhere. Minimal touch. In budding relationships, light touches convey attraction. If she avoids physical contact, she may not want that intimacy. I recall a date where I tried playful touches, a hand on the arm or a brief brush of hands, but met with stiff, awkward responses. Her body language made it clear she wasn't interested, despite polite conversation. Understanding body language prevents misinterpreting politeness for interest. Closed-off gestures set boundaries non-verbally, signaling lack of romantic interest. Accept these cues. If her body language stays closed, she's likely not shy or having a bad day. She's not interested. Respect yourself, recognize these signs, and move on. Look for someone whose body language matches your interest, open gestures, smiles, and a desire for closeness. You deserve someone excited to be around you, with body language that welcomes you. Acknowledge these signs to avoid chasing someone who doesn't reciprocate. Focus on connections where gestures, words, and actions align, fostering genuine mutual attraction. Understand body language to gauge real interest. Don't settle for distance. Seek warmth and engagement in relationships. 7. If she's always busy. We're all busy, but constant business indicates you're not a priority. It's frustrating, leaving you questioning if her business is genuine or a polite excuse. I've eagerly wanted to see someone, only to hear endless reasons why she couldn't meet: work projects, school deadlines, or pre-existing plans. Initially patient, I hoped her schedule would clear. But as excuses piled, it became clear If she wants to see you, she'll find time. Being busy often signals disinterest without saying it directly. We all have full lives, yet make time for what matters. If interested, she'll make space, even briefly. Consider this scenario. You ask her out, and she says she's busy. You suggest another day, but she's busy then too. You keep trying, but she always has something else going on. This pattern isn't random. It's a clear sign. Contrarily, someone interested would suggest alternative times, show enthusiasm for rescheduling, and make an effort to fit you into their life. I remember trying to plan a date with a girl who was constantly busy. Every time I suggested meeting up, she had an excuse. It wasn't just about her schedule. It was about her not reciprocating the effort to make time. Eventually, I realized if she truly wanted to see me, she would find a way, just as I was trying for her. It's crucial to distinguish between occasional business and a consistent pattern. While everyone has hectic periods, consistent unavailability indicates you're not a priority. Don't wait around hoping her schedule will miraculously clear up. Recognize the pattern and what it says about her level of interest. Accepting this reality means understanding you deserve someone as eager to see you as you are to see them. Don't invest in someone who keeps you as an option rather than a priority. Look for relationships where both parties make time for each other, despite busy schedules. You deserve someone who values your company and integrates you into their life. Life's too short to wait for someone who doesn't appreciate your worth. Recognizing this sign avoids the frustration of one-sided effort. Focus on relationships where time and attention are mutual investments. Don't settle for being an afterthought. Seek someone who values you enough to make time. Remember, relationships thrive on mutual effort. If she's always busy, it's time to move on and find someone who prioritizes you. Embrace this truth confidently, guiding you toward connections where you're genuinely valued. 8. She doesn't make an effort to look good around you. When someone's interested, they often dress up when seeing you. If she consistently appears disinterested in her appearance, it may signal she doesn't care to impress you. I've been in situations where I'd groom and dress well, only to meet someone who seemed indifferent about their appearance. It's not about being perfectly dressed, but a difference between casual and careless. If she doesn't care about her appearance around you, it subtly indicates she lacks romantic interest. Here's the controversial part. Appearance communicates, showing effort to make a good impression or convey someone special. If she rarely tries, she may not feel need impressing. Consider, when you like someone, you aim to look best, favorite outfit, grooming, making effort. If she's always in casual attire, it suggests she doesn't view you romantically. I recall dating someone indifferent to appearance when together. At first, I assumed she's comfortable, a good sign. But seeing her dress up for others made clear she viewed me differently. It's not superficial to want someone putting effort. It's a message through lack of. If she doesn't try looking good, she may not view you worth effort. Face this realizing you merit someone valuing you, eager to impress. If she doesn't try, she mightn't want romance. Respect yourself, searching someone excited, showing through effort, wanting impress. You merit someone keen looking good, reflecting care in relationship. Recognizing this sign helps you avoid feeling undervalued and focus on finding someone who reciprocates your efforts. Don't settle for someone uninterested in impressing you. Seek connections where both strive to look and feel their best for each other. Embrace the truth that you deserve someone who puts in effort. Life's too short to spend with someone who doesn't see your worth. Notice these signs to guide you towards genuine, mutual, fulfilling relationships. Remember, mutual effort is crucial in any relationship. If she doesn't try to look good around you, it's time to move on and find someone who does. Embrace this truth confidently to find connections where you're genuinely valued. 9. She avoids physical contact. Physical touch is a fundamental way humans express interest and affection. If she consistently avoids physical contact, it strongly suggests she's not interested romantically. This is one of the most direct signs of disinterest. I've experienced this firsthand. Trying to initiate small touches, a light brush of the hand, a playful nudge, or a simple hug, only to be met with avoidance or discomfort. It goes beyond shyness or personal space. It shows she doesn't want that physical connection with you. Here's the truth. People naturally seek physical contact with those they like. It builds intimacy and shows affection. If she's not doing this, she's consciously or subconsciously setting a physical boundary. Consider these scenarios. She pulls away if you hug or try to hold her hand, showing discomfort. Minimal initiation. Notice if she ever initiates physical contact. If not, it signals she doesn't feel drawn to you. Reactions to touch. Observe her responses when you touch her. If she recoils, moves away, or looks uncomfortable, she's telling you she's not interested in physical closeness. I once dated someone who always avoided physical contact. Initially, I thought she just wasn't touchy-feely. But I saw how she interacted with others, hugging friends, playfully nudging people, comfortable with touch. It became clear she avoided physical contact with me to keep things platonic. Avoiding physical contact subtly signals disinterest in moving beyond friendship. It creates emotional distance without needing to say it. This nonverbal cue speaks volumes. Think about how you naturally touch someone you like. A pat, a playful shove, a touch while laughing. These gestures are natural when attracted. If she avoids them, she's not feeling that attraction. Facing this reality requires honesty with yourself. If she consistently avoids physical contact, it's not due to shyness. She simply doesn't want to build that physical and emotional closeness with you. Respect yourself by recognizing these signs and what they mean. Look for relationships where physical touch is welcomed and natural. You deserve someone eager to hold your hand, hug you, and share those moments of closeness. Life's too short to spend with someone who doesn't reciprocate your desire for intimacy. Consider this. I once had a friend who was affectionate with everyone except me, while she hugged our friends and playfully interacted with them. With me, there was a noticeable lack of contact. Initially, I thought she was reserved around me, but it became clear her avoidance of touch signaled a lack of romantic interest. By acknowledging this sign, you avoid confusion. Focus on finding someone who shares physical and emotional intimacy eagerly. Don't settle for someone who avoids physical contact. It's a clear sign they're not interested romantically. Embrace the truth that mutual affection is essential for a fulfilling relationship. Respect these signs, move on, and find someone who values and reciprocates your desire for closeness. You deserve someone eager to be physically close to you. 10. She doesn't engage in deep conversations. When someone likes you, they want to know more about you, your thoughts, dreams, fears, and everything in between. If she keeps conversations superficial and avoids deeper topics, it's a sign she's not interested in a profound connection. I've experienced this personally. There were times I tried steering conversations to deeper topics, sharing personal stories, or asking about her dreams, only to get brief, shallow responses or a change of subject. It felt like hitting a wall, preventing emotional intimacy. Here's the truth. Avoiding deep conversations is deliberate. It keeps emotional distance and the relationship on a surface level. Some argue comfort, but truly interested people make effort, even if it's outside their comfort. Consider these signs. Generic topics. If she sticks to safe subjects like weather or work, it shows disinterest in depth. Quick deflections. Sharing personal or asking deep, she quickly changes topic, shows no emotional connection. I dated someone great at small talk, but avoided deeper topics. Talking passions or fears, she nodded and then back to mundane, showed no interest in deeper me. Deep conversations essential to strong connection. Values, beliefs, experiences create bond. She avoids, doesn't see deep relationship. Reality to deserves engage, superficial. Understand real, emotional, comfort go there, person right. Seek mutual, meaningful. Life too not shallow. Recognize, interest need, single meet.